Breaking news. Per Shams Charania, Kevin Durant has been traded to the Houston Rockets. Welcome back to another episode of the Don't Argue with the Facts podcast. Instant, instant trade reaction. Kevin Durant has been traded by the Phoenix Suns to the Houston Rockets for Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, 5 second-round picks, and the Suns get the number 10 pick in the 2025 draft. So the Pacers, so the Rockets trade essentially their future for 37-year-old Kevin Durant. The Houston Rockets have acquired a star player. So I'm guessing next year their lineup's going to be Fred Van Fleet, Amen Thompson, Kevin Durant, uh, I don't even remember who their starting four was in Shingun. Or KD might play the four and Tari Eason be the I don't know. Look, this is a very, very interesting move. Look, we talked about all the trade destinations. I said Rockets will be a conference finals team's max, probably at best. This doesn't change anything for me. Look, it's a good trade, I think, for Phoenix. Because not only do you get somebody who plays the same position as Devin Booker. I kind of don't understand that. Uh, at the two, unless you're gonna play D Book at point, unless you're gonna do that, then okay. You get a three, obviously, and Dylan Brooks to replace him. Maybe could change the culture of Phoenix around a little bit. And yeah, and then you get the number 10 pick. So they'll probably take a center. Maybe Malwatch. They may take a center. May take a. I don't know who they take with the number 10 pick, obviously. The draft is on Wednesday. So we'll see who they take. But this I thought he was going to. I legitimately thought that Miami might get him, but or San Antonio. I think San Antonio, Miami, Minnesota dodged the bullet. I think the I looking at the package that the Rockets had to give up. The the Rockets having to give up 5 second-round picks and their number 10 pick and two young players, two starters for Kevin Durant at 37. I just for a guy who may play only 2 to 3 more years, I have no idea. So yeah, I don't know. Uh, but getting Jalen Green is interesting because now you have basically three shooting guards. You have Book, you have Green, you have Beal. I mean, I don't know what the Rockets are. Are the Rockets going to win the championship with this team? With this team, no. Unless they get very lucky, no. Uh, I if you're thinking about me, if about me, if you're thinking what I'm thinking, there are two ways you could look at this. It's either the Rockets are really stupid and traded away their future for a 37-year-old, or you could think of it in this way. They traded a guy in Jalen Green who underperformed in the playoffs and just looked not there, like mentally was not ready. And a role player in Dylan Brooks for KD, who is an all-time great and can in his sleep still put up 26 points per game. This one, I want to say that Phoenix won the trade, but you can never really you don't really know until they start playing, right? All I know is that Warriors Rocket rivalry next year is going to be crazy, especially with KD on the Rockets. I think they overpaid a little bit, though, in my personal opinion. I mean, but again, they gave up the 10th, which, if I'm being honest, that 10th pick was basically just an asset for them. Because I don't know if who they draft at 10 was going to get meaningful minutes next season or next couple seasons anyway. Phoenix obviously needed it. Look, Phoenix their main thing was they wanted to be in charge of their draft capital. That was their main thing. They want to be in charge of the draft capital. They're back in control a little bit. They have a 10th pick, so let's say they somehow draft a star to pair with Book somehow at 10, which is not impossible. I guess it'll be good. And now those second rounders, you can maybe switch one out. I don't know. I felt like the KD trade would not, unless he went somewhere like Minnesota. I didn't think it shift the balance of power that much. In my personal opinion, I thought if somebody like Giannis got traded, that's going to shift the balance of power because it's Giannis, obviously. Look, Houston, that starting five is going to be really good next year. I think. Do they win 50 games again? Probably. They probably win about 50, 51, 52 games, somewhere around that. It's my opinion is kind of mixed because look, it really depends on the development of obviously mainly Şengün and Amin Thompson. If Amin Thompson develops into an all-star next season with Şengün, and then you add Durant with that can be really good. But now, why I've made this trade, probably not only for the fact of if Kevin Durant has only 2 years left of playing, I am not trading a guy who helped change the culture in Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green. I thought San Antonio could have been a destination. I would not like if San Antonio would have made a trade like this. They didn't. Smart by him. Yeah, the last the last 48 hours have been insane. Look, good trade for Phoenix in terms of the assets they got back. Look, you get a number 10 pick, you get 5 second rounders, you get a scoring Jalen Green. Wonder what happens with Bradley Beal. Is Book gonna play point guard again? And I'm looking at this, and I'm with Devin Booker. I'm also saying, is this Devin Booker's last straw with this organization? I mean, this organization, for outside of 2 to 3 years, has not really helped him in his tenure. Okay, they got Chris Paul. They had Chris Paul. They had a good roster. They went to the finals with. They trade away that whole young core for Kevin Durant. Doesn't work out. Trade away Chris Paul because he got old for Beal, and that has been the trade of death. Beal has not helped them, and again they have a bigger problem. I don't believe Beal is the whole entire problem, but that problem. You also have now a young coach coming in there in his first year, so let's see what he can do. But on NBA Finals Game 7 day is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, the off season's gonna be heating up. Kevin Durant is now a Houston Rocket. All former OKC Big Three members have been Rockets at one point in time. So, yeah, let's see what Houston can do next season. And the Suns are, I guess, officially in rebuild/retool mode. All right. See you guys for Game 7.